Goswami, India's star woman cricketer who's just retired. A special with her too. But as always, first, the 9 headlines at 9. Rajasthan Chief Minister Ashok Gehlot's future lies in the balance after his key aides blamed by central observers for alleged indiscipline. Sonia Gandhi now looks for more names for the next Congress chief as Sachin Pilot arrives in Delhi. Chorus to ban the Popular Front of India grows. More pan-India raids by the NIA. Over 247 PFI members detained in a crackdown. Big win for the Shinde Sena as the Supreme Court rejects Uddhav Thackeray's plea to block the Election Commission from deciding on Eknath Shinde's real Sena claim. Key Kejriwal associate Vijay Nair arrested by the CBI in Delhi liquor scam. Delhi High Court asked Aam Aadmi Party leaders to remove all defamatory tweets and Facebook posts against the Lieutenant Governor. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar meets US Secretary of State Antony Blinken. This after Jaishankar slams the West on the F-16 deal with Pakistan. Prime Minister Modi attends the state funeral of assassinated ex-Prime Minister Shinzo Abe in Japan. Modi holds bilateral talks with current Prime Minister Fumio Kishida. Legendary actor Asha Parekh to be conferred with the prestigious Dadasaheb Phalke Award for her exemplary lifetime contribution to Indian cinema. And Chinese President Xi Jinping appears in public for the first time since his return from the SCO summit. This on the back of the rumors of the leader in house arrest amidst a military coup. And NASA crashes $344 million DART spacecraft on asteroid Armageddon style. Crash aimed at giving Earth a defense tool against future asteroids headed our way. But our top story tonight, the big breaking story that's coming in, the suspense over who will be the next Congress president and indeed Ashok Gehlot's future is now growing because a show cause notice has now been issued a short while ago to 3 key aides of Ashok Gehlot, Mr. Dhariwal, the Chief Whip, Mr. Mahesh Joshi and Dharmendra Rathod in Rajasthan. So, show cause notice issued against 3 key aides of Ashok Gehlot. The observers have not recommended, importantly, any action against Mr. Gehlot himself. Sachin Pilot, meanwhile, has come to Delhi and is waiting to see what action will be taken against Mr. Gehlot. Sonia Gandhi, on her part, has met senior Congress leaders to seek their advice. No consensus yet now on who will be next Congress president, but Shashi Tharoor has indicated that he will file his nomination at 11 a.m. on Friday. So, lots of developments once again politically in the Congress and its turmoil in Rajasthan continues. Our correspondents Preeti Chaudhary in Jaipur, Maushmi Singh in Delhi are joining us. First to you, Maushmi, we are told that those show cause notices have now been issued by the Congress leadership to these 3 individuals. Can you give us some more details?
Right, Rajdeep. You know, these notices have been issued to Mahesh Joshi, Shanti Dhariwal and Dharmendra Rathod. We broke that story first. A 10 days time has been given. And interestingly, every notice has outlined what was the action that they had taken which called for the show cause notice and what they did. So Shanti Dhariwal was told that you are the Parliamentary Affairs Minister. You created confusion. You called them for a meeting at your house and thereby people were confused which is the official meeting. This despite the fact that Mallikarjun Kharge and Ajay Maken were right there, and also mentions that the party high command had said that this is going to be a one-on-one meeting. It is going to be a meeting where the opinions will be taken and then the party high command and in turn Sonia Gandhi will mull over what suggestions have come or what decision has been taken and then take a considered, discussed consulted view on the entire matter. So clearly, each and every leader, these three leaders who are close aides of Ashok Gehlot, have been targeted. Clearly, action sought.
Interestingly, there has been no.
In 10 days,
Interestingly, there's a clean chit for Mr. Gehlot himself, Preeti Chaudhary. There is no notice sent to Mr. Gehlot. So, is a compromise in the works? You're there in Jaipur. Is the Ashok Gehlot camp still hopeful that they will get both the Congress presidentship for their leader and a choice of their chief minister in Rajasthan?
I don't think so, Rajdeep. I'll tell you why. Because what's happening is it might be a clean chit for Ashok Gehlot, but as we speak right now, there is an informal cabinet hurried meeting at Ashok Gehlot's residence where the likes of the three ministers who've been given a show cause notice are in attendance. So there is some amount of strategizing already taking place. But having said that, what we have seen in the last 24 hours is a huge climb down from the Gehlot camp. The muscle flexing, the show of strength that we saw, there is a climb down possibly in the face of many of these MLAs who put pen to paper and added to that 92 proverbial number, coming out with their own videos right now and saying we don't agree with what happened that day and we are with the high command. So there is pressure of dwindling numbers there. Of course, there is no exact currency what those numbers are right now with the Gehlot camp. But on the other hand, the language has changed. When you speak to these Gehlot loyalists and who rebelled together, most of them will now, I had Pratap Singh Khachariwas a short while ago on my show, and he told me, Rajdeep, that it was a mistake, that they did it in anger, and he was with you yesterday. You saw, the difference of language.
Right.
They also maintain if the observers were here only for 2 more days, everything would have been sorted out. There's a huge climb down from the Gehlot MLA side right now.
Okay, meanwhile, all of this, of course, with Sachin Pilot coming in to Delhi. The question, Maushmi, lots of people, names are being discussed also for Congress President. Kamal Nath, of course, met Sonia Gandhi yesterday, but he has denied that he's in the race. Today, we are told that A.K. Antony is likely to meet Sonia Gandhi tomorrow. He's also said he's not in the race. So who is in the race? Shashi Tharoor likely to file his nomination for Congress President on Friday at 11 a.m. Who is going to be? Is Ashok Gehlot in the race? Who is in this race now?
Rajdeep, a very pertinent question, a $1 million question that everybody is asking. But if you look at the names, of course, Ashok Gehlot is still a contender. He could file his nominations. Remember, the date was 28th. So tomorrow is 28th. We'll have to wait and see. And this report is an indicator that there is no direct clinching evidence or holding Ashok Gehlot to account as far as the entire rebellion that happened in Jaipur.
Are you saying that it is still possible? Are you still saying it's possible that Ashok? Are you still saying that it is possible that Ashok Gehlot files his nomination for Congress President in the next 48 hours?
Absolutely, that chance is still there, Rajdeep. Remember that Ashok Gehlot has gone public announcing that the party leadership wants that he should file his nominations. So what face will the party high command have if Ashok Gehlot doesn't file his nominations? Will they say, okay, he indulged in indiscipline, which was not there in the report, and he was not, held account for it? There would be a big loss of face, because then the BJP would be proven right that they want to run
any other names doing the rounds?
So I still think, yes, there is a lot of, and those names have been doing the rounds earlier as well. Mukul Vasnik is there, Manish Tiwari, his name was there, but he's been silent. Remember, you need nominees, you need proposers in every state. That's not an easy ask, considering that Manish Tiwari is from the rebel camp, and so he's been quite silent. And of course, Mallikarjun Kharge, A.K. Antony is out. Pawan Bansal said that that was a faux pas. His name was never in the list and he never dreamt of filing his nomination. So Mukul Vasnik, Mallikarjun Kharge, Digvijay Singh, these names are doing the rounds. But I still think that Ashok Gehlot will be the person who would be filing his nominations, despite whatever is happening. And what Preeti is indicating is actually a precursor to what's going to happen tomorrow.
So the question then comes, and this is an interesting question. Thanks very much, Maushmi, for joining us, and Preeti with those details. who will be the next chief minister? Will it be Sachin Pilot, who's hoping to be it? Could Mr. Gehlot continue in both posts or someone else? Now, around 60 MLAs, we are told, of the Congress and independents are firmly with Ashok Gehlot. Around 15 MLAs are with Sachin Pilot. But significantly, there are about 51 fence sitters. So those fence sitters could decide kaun banega Rajasthan Mukhyamantri, who will be the next chief minister. Now, joining us now is one of those seeming fence sitters who's not with either the Gehlot or Pilot camp. I'm joined at this moment by Divya Maderna, Congress MLA. Appreciate your joining us, Divya. You seem to be one of the few MLAs not with either the Gehlot camp, Pilot camp. Is the Rajasthan Congress split right down the middle? Are people like you going to do simply what the Congress's high command, i.e. Sonia Gandhi, decides on the leadership question?
Absolutely. I'm a die-hard Congress loyalist. And I've inherited this politics from my grandfather, from my father, and I'm going to stick by no matter what decision High Command takes. We are in discipline as a Congress person. We're going to stick by whatever decisions taken by High Command.
Just to say that Divya comes from the Maderna family. Her grandfather was a contender in the 1990s for the chief minister post. So you're telling me, Divya, that whoever the Congress High Command decides as the chief minister, whether it's Mr. Gehlot who is to continue, whether it is Mr. Pilot or someone else, you will go with whatever Sonia Gandhi decides? You are saying you have absolutely no preference?
Yes, absolutely. No references at all. You know, when this fiasco in 2020 was happened, I was part of the 102 MLAs which were camping in leadership with the CLP head, Mr. Gehlot, because the official Congress meetings and the official observers by Mrs. Gandhi were sent there. And the official CLP meetings were taking there. So I'm always going to abide. I've inherited the disciplinary and this commitment towards an unshakable commitment from Congress. And that is what defines us as a true congressman.
But is it true that people like you are in a minority, that most of the people in the most Rajasthan Congress MLAs are with Mr. Gehlot, only a small number with Sachin Pilot? Is that how we should see it? Or there are a lot of people like you who will take your decision once the High Command chooses who it prefers?
No, I completely condemn this. I believe every single, except 2-3 of them who we saw giving statements, which is the Parliamentary Affairs Minister and the Chief Whip of the party, Mr. Mahesh Joshi. I don't know, they must have done this because of their own wasted political interest. What happened, I will not be able to comment on that. But every single MLA, every single minister, whether it's from the Gehlot camp, whether it's from the Sachin Pilot camp, but when it comes to High Command, we all stand together with one way that we accept whatever the High Command has to say.
But Divya, the Gehlot loyalists are saying that the majority of MLAs want the Chief Minister to continue or someone close to him to continue. Therefore, the High Command must listen to the views of each MLA. Do you agree with that?
You know, when 2018, the mandate was given and there was a PCC meeting, a CLP meeting called at the PCC, there was a one-line resolution that was passed in the name of the High Command. And then the observers, Mr. Avinash Pandey and KC Venugopalji, met every single MLA knowing their sentiments and conveying to the High Command. So that was the same thing that was supposed to happen in that CLP meeting on Sunday evening, where a one-line resolution to be passed in the name of the High Command, and whatever is decided by the High Command is accepted by every single legislator. And then the observers were supposed to meet every single MLA one-on-one to know what they feel, what they want, and that was supposed to be conveyed to the High Command. And then after whatever consensus, after discussing whatever outcome that she decides, every congressman would have abided by. So I believe if a lot of people would want Mr. Gehlot to continue, they could have easily given us one-on-one opinions, and I'm sure in the future, when we have the next CLP, they'll be able to express their views to the observers.
So do you think Sachin Pilot would be the future Chief Minister? Should he be the Chief Minister, let me be direct, of Rajasthan now in your view?
I think any name that is decided by the Congress President will be good for the future of Congress.
So does that include Sachin Pilot? Would you have absolutely no problem if tomorrow Sonia Gandhi and the Congress leadership in Delhi decide there will be a generational change? Would you think most people will accept that in Rajasthan?
I have no problem with Mr. Gehlot continuing. I have no problem with Mr. Sachin Pilot coming in. I have no problem with some new name coming in. Any name that happens to be decided by the Congress President, I think all Congress MLAs are going to be okay with.
But, you know, Divya, there are those who are saying that Sachin Pilot betrayed the Congress, tried to bring down the Gehlot government 2 years ago. How can you make him a chief minister? That's what the Gehlot camp is saying.
Every legislator has their own opinion. I'm sure they can opinionate themselves with the observers, and they will all listen to them, and I'm sure they will make a decision which is just best for the Congress. I would not be able to make any such comments on somebody's personal integrity, but people raising such issues should have raised these issues as well when people of a camp were inducted in the cabinet as well. That time, Mr. Shanti Dhariwal didn't have any objection. When they were registered in the Congress PCC, they didn't have a problem. I don't know why they have a problem, and how can you question the High Command as to what they decide?
So, therefore, what you're saying is in the course of this week, you and other MLAs in Rajasthan on the ground believe that the issue can be resolved amicably. Am I correct?
I'm very, very certain, because I think as Congress, we're all united, whether it be the Chief Minister, a very seasoned politician, whether it be such Mr. Pilot, whether it be any other leaders in the Delhi who's intervening, and all legislators are united when it comes to High Command. There is absolutely no dispute. Nobody is disputing over whatever is decided by High Command except Mr. Shanti Dhariwal and Mahesh Joshi.
Both of whom have been served disciplinary notice. I'm going to leave it there, Divya Maderna. I'm glad to have Rajasthan MLAs now coming out talking quite openly. Good to listen to you. I remember traveling with your grandfather in the 1990s. He could have been chief minister in 1998, was passed over for Ashok Gehlot. So I guess that is too in the past, right? All in the past.
But that's okay, you know, I mean, to say so, because, you know, even then a one-line resolution was passed, and they very gracefully accepted that.
Okay, so you're expecting a one-line resolution, and whoever the High Command decides will be your choice. Divya Maderna, appreciate your joining me here on the news today. Thanks very much. Let's turn to the other big breaking news that's coming in at the moment. The CBI has now arrested a key Kejriwal aide, Arvind Kejriwal aide, Vijay Nair, in the Delhi liquor scam. Vijay Nair is AAP's communication in charge, very close to Arvind Kejriwal, was involved in handling campaigns in Punjab and Goa. BJP claims that Nair collected money from the liquor mafia to fund AAP coffers during the Punjab elections. AAP has said this is again vendetta because the BJP is nervous over what could happen in Gujarat and therefore is targeting aides of Kejriwal. Remember, Satyendra Jain has been arrested in another case, and Manish Sisodia, Deputy Chief Minister, has already been targeted. He's been raided in the Delhi excise case. Munish Pandey, who tracks the enforcement agencies for us, joins us. Munish, can you tell us what exactly is the charge against Vijay Nair?
Well, Rajdeep, Vijay Nair is one of the named accused in the FIR, which has been lodged by the Central Bureau of Investigation. He was questioned thrice by the Central Probe Agency, CBI, before being arrested. Now, I spoke to the sources within the CBI. What they have told me is that Vijay Nair has been arrested based on the evidence against him. And to be precise, what evidence they have, what they are saying is that in the new excise policy, the liquor mafia who got the licenses in the new excise policy, Vijay Nair was the key person who was collecting the money from these liquor vendors, and then it was being distributed to some of the AAP leaders. That is the main allegation against him. CBI says that before arresting, they were collecting evidence, and after having a solid proof, he was placed under arrest by the CBI today. Tomorrow he'll be produced before the court. But remember, Rajdeep, even the Enforcement Directorate, the other federal probe agency which is investigating this case, that agency had also raided Vijay Nair, and they are also claiming, the officials are also claiming that they also have evidence against some other key accused in this case. So in future, we are expecting that some more arrests will take place, which the Aam Aadmi Party is calling a political vendetta.
Okay, Munish Pandey, with the very latest on that story. Appreciate your joining me. Thanks very much for joining me here on the news today. Let's turn, speaking of enforcement agencies, to the National Investigating Agency. They are calling it Operation Octopus, with several hands across the country, tentacles spread. Round 2 today of a crackdown against the Popular Front of India. The Islamic radical outfit saw raids across 8 states. Over 170 Popular Front of India members arrested. This is the second such search and arrest operation in the last fortnight. What is happening with the Popular Front of India? Is it a dangerous, deadly organization as it's being claimed that deserves to be banned? A pan-India ground report first.
At least 8 states, over 170 arrests. Another mega anti-Popular Front of India crackdown. Operation Midnight 2.0 in full swing across the country. The police swooping down on violent PFI cadre who allegedly unleashed violence, protests and petrol bomb attacks in the days gone by. After the initial NIA crackdown, Karnataka witnessed the biggest swoop down on PFI with over 75 active members arrested by the police.
More than 90 persons they have been secured. They have been produced before the Taluka Executive Magistrate and they have been remanded to preventive custody. So these people in the past, they have the history and we have information that they have indulged in anti-social and anti-national activities. They try to foment trouble in the society.
The national capital was put on high alert after multiple raids on the Popular Front of India's strongholds in Jamia and Shaheen Bagh areas. Section 144 was imposed for 2 months and candle marches were banned. Jamia University students were warned against troublemongering.
Today, early in the morning, the paramilitary forces carried out a patrolling march to send across a message that the law enforcement agencies are actually on alert mode and any attempt to disturb law and order will not be tolerated.
Top anti-terror squad sources tell India Today that this second crackdown on the outfit was spurred by a planned attack on RSS headquarters after PFI members collected data about an RSS leader's Dashera plans. Not just that, sources say that top BJP leaders have been identified as targets by the outfit. The Popular Front of India released a poster of all its arrested top leaders, claiming a witch hunt against them by the centre. The PFI is emerging as a top internal security threat. Will the government now go ahead and ban the organisation? Bureau Report, India Today.
So should the Popular Front of India be banned? Would a ban on the PFI actually work? Will the PFI emerge like many other organizations in the past in another form? Is there enough evidence really to nail the PFI? Those are questions that we will raise. Mohammad Tahir is the PFI's lawyer who's joining us now. Also joining us is Yashovardhan Azad, former Special Director, Intelligence Bureau. I'm joined by Vikram Singh, former DGP Uttar Pradesh. TJ Srilal is senior journalist in Kerala. And remember, the Popular Front has its origins in Kerala, or at least most of its activists who've been arrested have been from Kerala. But I want to come first to you, Mohammad Tahir. Do you accept that your organization, the charges that have been made, according to MHA sources to India Today, covert mobilization of funds in Gulf countries, funds then sent through illegal Hawala channels to India, funds transferred to bank accounts and then used to carry out unlawful activities. The activities, according to the NIA, include terror camps in Telangana, murder of a BJP member Praveen Netaru in Karnataka 2022, weapons training camp in Kerala, riots in Karnataka in 2020. Do you accept that these are serious charges and therefore your clients are facing the heat? Mr. Tahir.
Yeah, Rajdeep sir.
Yes.
I will take all your charges one by one if you allow me to speak and to rebut all your claims.
Please go ahead.
Yeah. See, the first thing is that about Hawala transactions. See, basically the fact is that ED is investigating from past 3 years for NIA against the PFI. Not even a single evidence of Hawala is found with in the ED charge sheets. And whatever allegations they are coming up now, they are just quoting some incidents and they are just targeting PFI about the Hawala fund. But there is no evidence which says that PFI is anyway connected with the Hawala Hawala fundings. So this is the one thing. Second thing is that if you are aware that there is an incident was happened in 2020 in Bangalore. Bangalore in DJLE police station, DJLE and KJLE police station. And there was allegation that it was orchestrated by the PFI SDPI members. But the fact is that PFI SDPI members were present there to control the crowd, and they have gone to the registered FIR at the first instance against the defamatory post which was made by one person. So the fact is the NIA has taken the investigation of the matter, but you people always just see the incident. But what investigation has done after that, you are not aware at all. You may be aware that that investigation first taken by the state police, then subsequently it was taken by the NIA. But whatever investigation done by the state police for first to almost 2 months, so that time they have recorded several statements and they have find out the several culprits in that matter. Those statements deliberately not produced by the NIA in their final charge sheet. When we had approached to the High Court, High Court has given a direction to produce those statements to us. After receiving that statement, we found that none of the witness which find place in a NIA charge sheet has named PFI or SDPI members. Subsequently, it was planted at the instance of NIA. So this is the fact. Nobody will speak and nobody is aware.
No,
another thing.
You are claiming that these are all planted evidences. Now the NIA is claiming that they have arrested your members and accused them of organizing terror training camps. You deny that also?
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord, sir. It is just please let me complete. That is why in respect of Bangalore. Then now you are pointing out Fulwari and Nizamabad about the 2047 poster. Correct?
Yes.
Yeah. In that respect, exactly the identical complaint was made in 2021 in Basti police station, UP. The same allegation was there, same planting pamphlet was there. No investigation was done. The person who was arrested as a member of PFI, that person came out on the bail exactly after 3 months. They could not file a charge sheet even. That is one aspect. Second thing that Rajdeep sir, you are aware that NIA has the ED 6 months before has raided several offices of PFI all across India. Not even a single poster of that 2047 found the position of any of the PFI member or in any of the PFI office. So all those things, and one more last point I wanted to point out. The recent arrest was made, which the people are saying the Operation Octopus, or Operation Cobra, Operation XYZ. See, this FIR is registered in month of April by the NIA against unknown people. And subsequently, they had a plan to fabricate materials against the PFI members by planting 2047 pamphlet in Fulwari Sharif as well as in Nizamabad.
I will ask you again. Are you saying that all these reports of training camps being held, of involvement,
sir,
whether it is in Delhi riots, whether it is in Bengaluru riots, you are claiming all of this is fabricated? In the murder in Karnataka of a BJP worker, of the chopping of the hand of a professor in Kerala in 2018, are you saying?
It was a local incident, everybody was aware. Even when the charge was filed, several PFI members were arrested. Cases went for trial. During trial, after trial, court has given a specific finding. There was no role of any organization to commit that act. You people just see the incident, just see the allegation. What has happened afterwards, nobody cares. See, it is like that. If you want to kill a dog, start calling him mad. You people just simply calling mad and just running in narratives. See, I'm not pointing you. I'm just pointing you the environment which has been created.
Sir,
are you aware that we...
One minute now, Mr. It's only fair that I give since you are claiming that evidence is being planted on you.
Sir, one more last point I will make, sir.
Yes.
Last point I will say, then I'll keep quiet. I will hear others. Please, last point, let me hear. Please.
Yes.
Sir, you may aware that first principle of natural justice is that whenever person arrested, the police has to inform that for what reason he was arrested, they have to supply the document. Do you aware that, sir, on Thursday, just I think 4 days or 5 days before, those leaders were arrested and they are produced to the NIA court. Not even a single document, not even FIR, not even remand application is produced to any of their counsel.
Okay.
Any of their they are
Let
not
me-
aware that
let
what are the
me-
charges, what are the allegations.
You're
So
claiming
in
that
this
either
way
the
they
charges
used to-
have been planted or the charges are not clear, and therefore
Sir,
there is
everything is planted. Even
Let
the
Mr.
4 days
Yashowardhan,
arrest was
Mr.
made,
Tahir, now you
not
must
even a
let-
single FIR.
you must now hear
document
other
was served to
voices.
us.
You must now hear other
Yeah,
voices.
please.
I gave you enough time. Mr. Yashowardhan Azad, is it possible that this entire Operation Octopus, as is being accused by the PFI, is a fishing expedition? That wherever there are PFI activists, they are being arrested, but there isn't a clear charge sheet of specific charges with hard evidence.
Whenever any action takes place against the PFI reps brazen it out, speaking against the agency itself and calling it a fabrication of evidence, and the entire process as has been, morphed from above. In 2010, just a little bit of chronology for my friend. In 2010, when the lecturer's hand was cut off, the Chief Minister Achyutanandan, belonging to the Marxist Party, said that the PFI is spreading extremist Islamic ideology in the state and wants to make the state a one Islamic state. In 2012, it was a Congress government. When the PFI wanted to do the Freedom Parade, the DGP stated that this is just SIMI in new form and it should not be allowed, and the High Court accepted. In 2005, when SIMI was banned earlier in 2001, there was a brief period of about 9 or 10 months. And when it was banned again, it morphed into PFI. And Abdul Rahman, he'll know the names, and Abdul Samad were the two guys who came directly into PFI as the other cadres also. What does this show? The PFI again. The PFI was involved in the rioting in Delhi. The PFI was involved in one of the attack on 2 police stations in Karnataka. When there were 17 of them arrested, 67 policemen were injured in that attack. Is this a very pious organization? An organization across 22 states?
So why is it not
really
banned? No. So Mr. Azad, in many of these cases, while arrests have been made, prosecutions have been few and far between. And
Yes,
despite
so
the
I'll tell you
claims
the
by
reason.
some governments like Assam that banned them, they've not been banned.
No,
so
I'll tell you the
why are they
reason.
not banned then? If you're
I'll tell you
claiming
the
it's not a
reason.
pious organization and it's involved in terror activities, why is it not banned?
I never said they are involved in terror activities. Wait. Karnataka, it was the issue of prophet, in which they had caught it was against the MLA's nephew, and 2 police stations were attacked. They have taken part in all violent demonstrations, and their funding has been evident. Now, the question is, the radicalization, for example, the issues on which PFI is in the net is for radicalization and is for terror funding. Now, the terror funding part is being looked into the NIA. You mean to say an NIA does a nationwide crackdown and it is planting evidence in terms of terror funding? Is it ever possible in any court? Is the government which bans it, the court which looks at the evidence? And therefore, as far as radicalization goes, there are many of these PFI radicalized outfits. It's already known that some of them even went to the ISIS. That their leaders, their founders have talked about Islamic State.
Sir,
This is on record. So now the question is, the NIA, once it prepares its charge sheet after getting hard evidence, then the action regarding the banning will take place. Karnataka is already thinking of banning it, and in Assam, steps are on.
Sir, but in 10 years, the truth is also, let's be honest, in 10 years, attempts have been made by various state governments and courts have not been able to accept the evidence as being strong enough for a ban. So somewhere, either the NIA and in its previous outfits, other state agencies have not been able to provide enough evidence. Let me take that to you, Vikram Singh. In Uttar Pradesh, for example, you haven't been able to, at the moment, get that kind of hard evidence to ensure that the courts will accept an attempt by the state to ban the organization.
Rajdeep, not necessarily. My illustrious colleague Yashowardhan Azadji has given cogent and systematically what evidence is available in the country. In UP, if I may submit, 13th March 2021 encounter in Lucknow, and an activist of the ISIs also related to the PFI shot dead in a police encounter. Then Kanpur, 3 months ago, After the Friday prayers, the namazis come out and then they confront the police, break back at the police, and no fewer than 200 people rounded up, many of them PFI activists. Thirdly, in this current swoop, there have been so many arrests during the course of the search and seizures that have happened in the last 3 days. PFI activists have been arrested. Mr. Tahir himself mentioned that there was a case in Basti. That man has been let out on bail. He has not been acquitted. Therefore, whatever the fault lines that have come in UP also has proposed to the center to ban the PFI. Jharkhand has already banned on its own this organization. Already the ball has been set rolling, but yes, the speed is tardy. It should have happened in the year 2011 itself, when during the DGP's conference in September 2011, the IB said that the PFI is holding camps in the forest of Kerala and Karnataka and training the youth, radicalizing them and indoctrinating them. That was the time to have banned them.
Okay.
Then we had the Gandhi Maidan blasts in the year 2014. Then the plans this year, 12th of July, to kill the Prime Minister Modi when he was there in the Patna rally, and then the Phulwari Sharif incidents. All these incidents go to show that PFI and Kerala High Court in May 2022 has said that PFI and SDP are extremist organization. Why they have not been banned till now?
Those are questions, of course, that the Home Ministry has to answer, and I'll come back to that. But I just want to understand from you, Srilal, how much of this is genuine, that on the ground, the PFI is engaging in training potential extremist terror recruits. According to police sources, police information, Kerala has been the hub. Is that true? And why is the left government then not also moving to take a stronger stand?
The issue here is that there is a cautious propaganda that Kerala is a hub of all PFI, also all these terrorists. It's a heaven of all these terrorist organizations, but that's not true. And immediately after this raid and arrest, this rhetoric came again that Kerala is not safe for living, or Kerala is heaven, hub of all these terrorists. But see, look, after 2003, there has been no riot happened in Kerala, though no communal riot happened in Kerala. If these
no, but are there terror camps?
Why is not happening?
Are there terror camps? Are there terror camps on the ground?
No riot has happened in Kerala.
Srilal, are there camps where people are being trained in arms? Is that true or not?
Rajdeep, I'm not hearing you.
Is it true that people are being trained in arms in Kerala? Yes or no, of the PFI?
Rajdeep, it's not from one side. See, this arm training or this processions with arm are happening from both sides. So how can you accuse one side?
What do you mean by both sides?
That is the problem here. See, the issue is that a PFI person was hacked to death in Alleppey district 2-3 months earlier. Immediately, as a retaliation to that, an RSS person has been hacked to death by the other side. So the same thing happened in Palghar. Immediately after that, a PFI person was hacked to death, and immediately they retaliated by hacking another RSS person. So this is happening. So here, it's happening from both sides. So you cannot accuse one side. That's what I am coming up to. You cannot accuse one side.
So you're saying in Kerala there are two forms of extremism. There are groups preying on each other, and targeted killings are taking place. I just want to understand.
Rajdeep, sir. Yes. Rajdeep, one more point. Rajdeep, one more point.
Yes. Srilal. Yes.
Even after such killings, see, there is this killings on communal lines is happening, but even after this killing, maybe in any other state, it would have led to communal rights, but that's not happening in Kerala. That's what my point is.
No,
These killings are happening. We are not able to.
No, I take your point.
That is not leading to communal rights.
Okay.
Only because of the interference of the police.
Okay, I just want to understand from you, Mohammad Tahir. Mohammad Tahir, you have seen very specific allegations being made both by the IB, former IB head, as well as from Vikram Singh.
I'll reply.
Specific charges are being made of involvement of PFI. There can be no smoke without fire. You can't all the time say, every time someone is arrested, that this is vendetta against Muslims.
Yes, but Rajdeep sir, just see, then several cases are registered all over India. where the people has gone to ISI and Afghanistan or Syria and all for fighting. I want to ask my two senior friends, the panelists, those has served in the forces. Tell me, just point out which one case where the role of PFI has come out. Just one case with a number. Not even a single case all over India has registered against a SDPI or PFI where it has been said that because of the PFI, the person has traveled to such place to fight against a particular force.
So you are saying there is no connection
Rajdeep.
between PFI and Islamic State?
No connection at all. See the
Yes, Vikram Singh. Yes, Vikram Singh.
Mr. Tahir,
Now let Vikram respond.
It's very
Mr.
simple.
Tahir, you must have heard
it's very
of
simple.
Yes,
Mr. Tahir.
It's very simple. Rajasthan, sir, it is very simple. Please bear with me. It's very simple. See, the Muslim community, nobody wants to see a assertive Muslim community. For that reason, whoever tried to empower Muslim community, that people used to be first target of this kind of fascist government. For that reason, this narrative is not a one day, today's narrative is made. From past 8 to 9 years, this narrative has built up. Where the things has reached today, and these people, where those people are arrested, they all are arrested not from jungle and not from the caves. They all were arrested, illegally arrested from their house. Can you believe that the person who is doing such kind of things or such kind of deadly things, they will stay and sleep at home?
Okay, let Vikram Singh respond.
And one more thing I want to
clear. Mr. Tahir, let Vikram Singh respond.
I need to tell you a few names. This is Rajdeep, the standard operating procedure, not to allow the other person to speak. I do hope that your show is not hijacked. I do hope Mr. Tahir will have the courtesy to allow me to 30 seconds.
Sir, let me finish. I will otherwise. Please let me finish. One false narrative has been running since morning, one false narrative that the NI has conducted it. So let me be very clear. This is a preventive arrest. It is not arrest. It is a detention, which my learned friends, senior friends is aware that what is 1.7, what is 151.
Okay,
Mr. Tahir, now you must allow. Mr. Tahir, you made your point.
Detained by the police.
Mr. Tahir, you have made your point. You have been allowed
Mr.
enough
Tahir,
time.
you made your point. Now allow others to speak. Rajdeep, the problem is that the first offense is not to allow the other person to speak. Now let me tell you. You must have heard the name of Abu Bakr al-Hindi. He is a Christian converted to Islam, became a suicide bomber and went to Libya. And the Voice of Khurasan, the publication, which says apne shaheedon ko jaane, he became a suicide bomber and he was killed in Libya. I hope you have heard this name. Najib al-Hindi, an M.Tech person, third year of engineering. Then there is, in UN terror report says that Kerala has a lot of presence of terrorist activity, and NIA charge sheet.
Sir, it cannot be generic statements. Let me, with due regard, all these statements will have to be backed in a court. That Kerala has a lot of terrorist activities is a very generic statement. You see, the part of the problem in this, this evidence gathering cannot be generic. It has to be specific.
You gave a very patient hearing to Mr. Tahir. The least I can expect is 15 seconds more.
Yeah, please.
NIA in its charge sheet, to say there was no charge sheet on the planet. NIA in its charge sheet of 2020 in Sub-Inspector Wilson's murder has indicted the PFI and Sayyid Muhammad Hardar, who was also an electrical engineer, has been charge sheeted. There is talks of engineers being recruited by the PFI and to prepare rogue drones. If this is all fairy tales, then Mr. Tahir is a very astute and a learned defense counsel, and he has put up his case very fiercely and vociferously. But the fact of the matter is, these are not preventive arrests under 151 of the CRPC. They are substantive arrests because they have led to substantial recovery, sensational recoveries in respect of
I will stop
documents,
you.
Electronics. Yes,
I will stop you because I'm running out of time. Yashovardhan Azad, final word, 30 seconds. If all of this is true, why is it not banned?
First, I'm against the kind of propaganda unleashed by Mr. Tahir, and which is what the PFI is guilty of, by announcing all the time and saying that the Muslims are in danger. This is a very, very dangerous thing. And mind you, Rajdeep, it was your India Today which had done a sting operation in 2017 or 18, in which their cadets, their officers had openly proclaimed that they want an Islamic state. So to defend the PFI is all right in the courts, but to come out with a brazen propaganda against the government and against the agencies is absolutely wrong. Banning is not important, but to put a stop to these activities is more important.
Okay.
And once the evidence comes, sure it will be banned.
Okay, let me leave it there. Banning must be based on hard evidence. It cannot be based on generic statements. No, I'm going to leave it there. I'm run completely out of time. We've given enough time, Mohammad Tahir, as I promised you on the show. I make it very clear, I don't run this show as a propaganda against anyone. I run it to try and get through the truth. And therefore, the PFI is at the moment under the scanner. And the PFI will have to, in a way, respond to the serious charges made against it. The NIA too will have to ensure that their evidence stands in a court of law, not necessarily through a media trial alone. Let's take a break. When we return, a complete change in focus. Our newsmaker tonight is a very special person. Please welcome Jhulan Goswami, the Chakada Express, as she brings her 20-year-old long career to an end. Back in a moment.
Hey, I noticed something new. You started using a new body lotion.
Funny. I'm so sorry for the delay. I was on another call. It just kept going on.
No, Papa. You are in a steam bath.
Steam bath? At home?
Two steam bath he takes.
Go to your homework.
It's 7:20 already. The kickoff's in 5 minutes. Get all the boys. We have the entire place to ourselves, man. Not working?
Of course it is. But I don't want you guys to be using this bathroom. So use the other one.
It's 7:20 already. The kickoff's in 5 minutes. Get all the boys. We have the entire place to ourselves, man. Not working?
Of course it is. But I don't want you guys to be using this bathroom. So use the other one. Hey, I noticed something new. You started using a new body lotion.
Funny.
Let's turn to our good news today's story, and it comes from an Indian cricketer, an iconic face, Jhulan Goswami, who called time this weekend on a legendary 20-year-old career as India's premier women's cricketer. The fast bowler broke a number of records along the way, trailblazer for women's cricket. Jhulan Goswami is joining me now, and appreciate your joining us, Jhulan. Just retiring after playing an incredible, 204 ODIs, 68 T20s, 12 tests, breaking almost every record. How are you feeling? Tired, happy, or just now ready to put your legs up and retire?
Not at all tired, but yeah, I'm a bit sad, bit happy, and because I've tried to contribute from my side, whatever way I am able to contribute, and at the same time, fair enough, as a sports person, you have to take a call, and yeah, I have taken a call, and I hope I am able to take a right call in the right time.
You know, 20 years is a remarkable career. I was thinking Sachin Tendulkar played for about 24 years, but few others have played as long enough. What made you take that final call, enough is enough, bahut ho gaya, bas ho gaya?
as a medium pacer, you have gone through a lot of ups and downs, particularly regarding your health, because injuries is a part and parcel of your life. So I was getting freak injuries very often, and then I realized that is every day, every alternate few series, if I'm getting injured, I think then I have to take a call, and whenever the right time will come. So yeah, it was, I think injuries is quite challenging for fast bowler after a certain point of time. So I found it's a better way to take a right call in right time.
The reason I'm asking you this, Jhulan, is because it's in all likelihood next year the women's IPL is starting. So just when the game is getting so much more popular, you're going to leave the cricket field. Will you take part in that first women's IPL?
Rajdeep sir, let's wait for the official announcement from the board, and then we'll talk, because we don't know that how franchise is going to take, which way we're going to contribute. Let's see, and definitely we'll try to contribute from my side, but we don't know exactly what is the right path to contribute in women's IPL.
I'm sure you'll be a real star for any team you play with. But you ended your career on a high note. This weekend, we won the series against England 3-0. You bowled very well, took a great catch in that last match. So you must be very happy and satisfied where women's cricket has come. So much different from where you started, no, all those years ago?
Absolutely, sir. There's no doubt about that. When I started, it was different. The facilities, visibilities of women's cricket, everything was different. But now everything is a little improved, and improvement ka koi end nahi hota. So definitely is women's cricket going in a right direction, and particularly after 2017 World Cup, how people accept women's cricket in our country, I think that's remarkable. And now everybody follow, visibility is there, social media is playing a big role today. Everybody knows everybody's data, when you're playing, whom you're playing, what they have done in the past. So all those things was not there in our earliest days, but now everything is little bit easy access for the viewers, and I think that's played a big role in women's cricket to going in a little upper side.
You want to tell us how much you were paid when you first started off? Because I have heard stories of how some of you all had to actually pay your way to go to World Cup tournaments. You want to tell us how much women's cricketers were paid?
Sir, we'll talk to you next time, not in your television.
Well, they were, those are stories to be told how women cricketers were there. But that final match, it seemed to get obscured. Your final match at Lord's by what your colleague Deepti Sharma did, running out the batswoman while she was bowling. Do you agree with that? It's created a lot of controversy. You've been accused, the Indian team has been accused by English players of cheating. Was it the right thing that Deepti did?
I think it's absolutely fine. I haven't found anything is wrong in that, because ICC have clarified with that because that's a legal out, nothing illegal. You found is anything is illegal, we have done nothing. That was in a legal way, that match happened, and we done everything is by law. I don't found anything guilty in that. It's absolutely fair. Within the game, we have done everything.
But did Deepti warn the batsman? Did she warn the batsman before before running her out in the manner that she did?
I think so. I'm not aware of that, because I was standing in a short third or short fine. It was quite far from my side, and umpire and captain, what conversation was going on. I was not 100% aware. But everything, whatever Deepti has done, and nothing wrong with that, and everything within the law we have done. And today MCC also clarified with that, because that was illegal. Because before ball, somebody is taking a head start is not legal in cricket. So sure. I don't think so anything is wrong is there, and everything is within the law we have done.
So you're defending what Deepti Sharma did. Let's turn to the happiest thing, your high point in your entire career. What is it that has made you happiest playing cricket for India?
I think few moments we have, particularly when I debuted for my country. That was a huge moment in my career. 2006, when we won the test match against England in England, scoring runs against with Mithali when she scored that world record run. I was a non-striker in able to watch that class innings. 2017 World Cup, it was amazing. The change the face of Indian women's cricket, particularly that Harman innings, Mithali's innings, final, the viewership. A lot of moment is that there because sir, whenever you win the series, that moment is becoming very special because you put a lot of effort, a lot of energy, and you do a lot of planning, and then you're able to execute and they got the result. So I think every match, every series is important, but these are the very few moments where women's cricket, general way, women's cricket got little benefit.
I just wish we had won that 2017 World Cup final, but now there's a movie being made on you, Chakda Express. Chakda, my producer reminds me, Chakda Express, that releases next year from where you all started. That must be exciting you.
Sir, I'm really excited, and I hope that this movie, makes a lot of youngsters play these sports, particularly women's in our society, young girl. They should come and play these sports and let motivate them. I'm hoping something like that. I'm really excited for this Chakda Express.
Final question: how are you enjoying retired life? Now you will be retired. What are you going to do next?
So far, no chance because Bengalis are celebrating in Durga Puja at this moment. So we are in mold of towards Durga Puja. So let's celebrate this Durga Puja. Then I'll start and think what I'm going to do. Either going to do the training or going to sit back and relax. But at this moment, just enjoying some quality time with my family and very close friend in Durga Puja time.
You enjoy Durga Puja, Jhulan. You've done the country very proud. Every time I see you smile on the screen, I smile because fantastic. You've broken every glass barrier and stereotype with what you've done. So thank you very much on behalf of all the cricket fans. Have a great Pujo. Our first image of the day, meanwhile, is a historic day. Streaming, live streaming, not of a Netflix show, but Supreme Court proceedings right on your phone or your laptop. Hearings are being broadcast live that you see Kapil Sibal arguing in the crucial Maharashtra case that took place today. So some of the most high-profile constitutional cases can now be seen by you live stream. So it could be a big change. And our final image is a dramatic one. What will we do if a meteorite is on collision course with Earth? NASA has successfully blasted an asteroid in a test conducted to see if a potentially dangerous object heading towards Earth can be detected. The space agency said its spacecraft, which was roughly the size of a vending machine, successfully collided with an asteroid as big as a football stadium. At the moment of impact, the visuals freeze, as you will see on your screen. NASA clarified that the asteroid posed no danger to Earth.
Wow.
Wonderful pictures to end with. You stay well, stay safe. Good night, Shubhratri. Don't rush into an asteroid. Bye for now. Jai Hind.
Wow.
We're waiting visual confirmation.
All right. We got it? Waiting.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
We're waiting visual confirmation.
Tana dir dir dim tana dim tana tadare dani tana na dir dir dim tana dim tana takita da